You are listening to the Yeah, I Said It podcast.
It's your main man, Humvee.
Ill Ran is back.
DJ, the DJ, what up, dog?
J.A. to the Y,
Jay Young, if you slow.
Have something you want to say? Drop us a line at 601-641-9474.
Yeah, we're back again with the Yeah I Said It podcast, episode number 135. Ill Ran is back.
DJ, the DJ, what up, dog?
J.A. to the Y Young. J
Young,
Young, if you're slow. And the show ain't gonna be slow.
Man,
Nah.
shit.
601-641-9474. Again, that's 601-641-9474. Or you can send us an email at yeahisaiditpod@gmail.com. That's yeahisaiditpod@gmail.com. If you have any questions, complaints, cares, or concerns for me, my co-hosts, and constituents, please drop us a line. Let us know what it is that you think and or feel. Episode 135 on them haters.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we back at it, man. Ill Ran is in here, DJ the DJ's in here, and Jay Young is in here. Humvee's back on his work schedule, so he's not here.
Shout out to D V.
And should I explain what just happened?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think so.
I think you should.
Here's the deal, fam. We just recorded half of the show, and we were going in. Good show.
I would say
Good show.
2/3.
Two-thirds.
Yeah.
We were really getting to the meat of the show.
And then my MacBook shut off.
Damn.
Randomly.
Yeah.
So, this show is going to be a little bit shorter because we've already recorded almost a whole show
Yep.
just now.
Yeah.
But we will rehash some of the content that we had going on because our conversation was not done,
No.
Yeah.
DJ.
No. Let's not start there though, because I think we had a lot of dope content because we just went in on like some real stuff for everybody,
Right.
like
right.
the whole music thing with Jay. Like, I mean, so that's something you can't rehash and it come out as organic as it did,
Right.
because it'll
No.
seem like phony if we did it now.
Forced.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, basically, on the last, it was one of those.
Yeah.
So, Bloodline is done, and Bloodline 2 is being proposed.
Yeah. We putting it out in the universe right now.
Right.
2020.
Yep.
We ain't gonna say when in 2020. 2020.
Right. And then we got the song with the Yeah I Said It podcast. That's Ill Ran. That's Jay Young. That's Humvee, DJ the DJ, including the Shoot From the Hip podcast. D Reese and D Montoyas with OZ and Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Show
Cool.
for show.
We got that track coming sooner than later.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And Jay said he's rapping last. Nobody can hear his verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying that, but it probably won't happen that way.
We'll see.
Because as soon as I hear the beat, I'm going to write. And I'll
Yep.
probably be like one of the first people done. And I'm just going to lay it down and whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
And he's still gonna come out one of the top verses on the song. Yeah, all of that stuff. I'm top 2 when I ain't 2.
Man, this is gonna be fun though, man.
It is going to be fun.
Yeah.
We gonna have 8 people on the song. Like
Yeah.
this hasn't.
And Humvee said he's spitting bars.
Yeah,
That's
he
what
say he
said.
want a verse, so that's going to be live.
That's
man.
what he said. We gonna see.
That's going to be live.
It's gonna start off as a verse.
Right.
We gonna see,
He'll
man.
be like, I got 2 interesting hooks for y'all.
But you know what?
That's because he has a unique recording style, though.
Yeah.
It's not for lack of talent, because what Humvee does
Nah, the dude's
to
talented.
the uninitiated, right?
That
So
dude's
what he'll do
talented.
is he'll just kind of vibe with the beat, and he'll catch something, and he'll stay with it because it's working, and it sounds good, and that'll be what it'll be. Like,
Yep.
unless somebody's gonna come and structure him a hook, which I saw Ill Ran do that before. He's like, nope, you're gonna do this, and like it worked.
Right.
It was dope too. Yeah, he put all of the work, but it was Humvee's. It was his
Words.
No, it was Ill Rand's words, but it was Humvee's
Oh, okay.
rhyme style pattern or whatever.
Cadence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave him a skeleton,
Yeah,
a word skeleton.
Oh, okay. I got you.
yeah. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I want it done in the next 15 days. So let's get this beat done and then let's get it out to everyone.
Damn, that puts a lot on.
It's all good.
Nah,
It's all good.
I was gonna say it puts a lot on me, but I'm motivated, so it doesn't really put a lot on
Yeah.
me.
Let's get in there. So we reviewing albums. Wild That's Crazy by Wale dropped. I like the project. I don't love the project, but I like it. You know what I mean? I love to. Wale raps very well. And like I wouldn't like people who are
Yeah.
actively rapping in the game who aren't old throwbacks, you know what I'm saying? Like he's definitely one of the top rappers currently in the game.
He's top
Like,
2 or 3 of his generation. Like that's in my eyes, it's not
Right.
debatable. Just off pure raw rapping ability, Wale is top 2 or 3 in his generation.
Right.
I wouldn't argue with that at all.
Yeah.
Right.
I was saying, man, I listened to like the first 3 songs, and 1 out of the 3, I was like, I'm not feeling the song.
Right.
That was the second song on the album.
That was
But-
the one with the funny beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the song itself, I didn't feel like was a bad song. I just knew I didn't like it.
And that was that Love and Loyalty joint.
That,
I'm telling you,
that's what that was.
Kasumi kicks it off, and that's like classic Wale. That's like, oh no, that's it.
Yeah.
And you feel when you listen to that song, you're like, if he stay in this bag, oh, we're gonna be lit.
That was my thing.
Yeah,
That was
I
my
understand.
whole thing.
I understand.
That was my whole thing.
But I felt like in certain spots he gave me what I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and he knocked it out the park. And the other times it was like not so much.
I
So
won't
I
argue with that.
I didn't think it was I didn't think it was. It just wasn't. It was good, but it wasn't great. But it wasn't bad. I just thought it was just good.
I just thought that it didn't jump out at me like the album about nothing. Even Ambition, I thought Ambition was dope. It just
I like the ambition.
yeah. This
I
was,
like attention deficit.
Attention Deficit was pretty dope too. Not pretty dope. It was dope.
Yeah, it was dope.
It was on par with those 2 I just named.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm a mixtape about nothing Wale fan.
Yeah.
Like that's what brought me onto the Wale train.
Right.
And over the years, even in recent years, he's put out some very, very, very dope mixtapes.
Right.
And listening to some of them mixtapes, I would go as far as to say Wale might be number 1 of his generation when it comes to rapping. But I think what I've came to the realization of is that I think I like mixtape Wale better than album Wale, because I think with mixtape Wale he has the creative control. He can kind of go in and do what the core fan base loves Wale for.
Right.
I think with the albums and like being in the industry, you kind of understand what these labels are saying. Like these labels want a single or singles, and they don't really care about the album itself. The bread and butter is really with the singles, because you can't play a whole album on the radio.
Right.
You can't make a video for a whole album at once. That's not how it works. So the singles is where it's at. Wale delivers there. In my eyes, I think Wale has made that same single, a few times over the past few years. So, and it is what it is. It's not a bad song. It's a cooler vibe. But, the Wale I want to hear is like a 180 turn from a lot of the stuff I heard on this album. And that's why I wasn't crazy about this album at all. It doesn't change my view of Wale as an artist. I still think he's, top 2 of his generation. But this album didn't do it for me. It wasn't it.
And you rate the album
A 5.
a 5. I rate the album a 7. And a lot of that is just, there's strong production on the album. Like, everything's put together. I don't think it's very, very cohesive. I think at some moments, I get moments where I feel like, oh, this is flowing. And then it'll kind of let me down.
That was one of my issues with it, though.
Yeah.
That I think that might have helped his cause better song placement.
Right.
Because it didn't flow well to me.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like Love and Loyalty coming after Sumi was wrong.
Right.
And I felt like the single should have been higher. in the track listing, maybe like the fourth song.
Yeah, no lower than the fourth.
Yeah.
No lower than the
He
fourth.
caught
Like,
a good vibe in there.
you kind of give them that almost immediately.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, let them know, like, oh, it's here.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, you can, yeah.
Yeah, and DJ he pointed out to me because another knock I had was, you know, a couple of songs on there we had already heard, you know, the pole dance with Megan Thee Stallion,
And the song with Jacquees.
yeah, and you know, DJ pointing out that those were bonus tracks, so
Right.
I won't hold that against Wale.
Right.
I won't hold it against him. You know, you got to give it to him. So yeah,
So
I get it.
Ran has to go back and finish listening to the album
Yeah,
so he can give his final verdict and review.
yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna listen to Wale.
Now I will say,
I
to
don't
any,
know about this little TJ guy though.
any of our
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to him too though.
any of
His
our
name comes up too much.
female listeners.
Who's TJ?
I don't know, but his name keeps coming up in these little circles of young.
Young up and
and
coming.
coming.
Have you heard of him? I've never heard of this.
I've heard of them. I haven't listened to a lot of them, but I've heard of them. I would say that any of our female listeners would definitely probably enjoy the album more than I did. So don't take my word for it. You know, I'm coming from a standpoint of someone who's a fan of the real raw lyrical Wale. You know, I understand the Lotus Butterflies and the Bads and the songs like that, and I'm not mad at them because it's a, you know, this is a business, you know, so I get it, you know, but you know that's not for me.
Yeah. I like On Chill. I thought it was a nice single.
Yeah, it's not a bad single at all. It's not bad. You know what I wish though? I wish they would have dropped it earlier in the year. Like I wish they would have dropped it as summer was hitting.
Understandable?
I think that
That
would have
would've-
been a good summer song.
yeah,
that
it was a
for
great
real.
song.
That would have
Yeah.
added to the feel of it.
Right.
But like I get it.
Yeah.
But I get why they dropped it now. That
Yeah.
could be your cuffing season song.
Yeah. And that's another way to look at it. Yeah, it's another way to look at it. Either way, it's not a bad single. You know, it's just he's made this song already. Yeah. But I get it. I get why he's doing it, you know.
Yeah. So shout out to Wale.
Yeah, shout out to Wale. Like I say, this don't change what I think about Wale
One of the dopest.
easily.
See, cause yeah. So who would you have one of his class?
See, for me, of his class, it's him, it's J. Cole, it's Drake, it's Kendrick.
Right.
That's his, you know, that's of his class.
Okay.
We're waiting on the answer.
And,
Jay.
and you could probably put I'd put Nipsey in there because I was actually really a Nipsey fan. I go 1 and 2, Cole and Wale, and I can go back and forth between those two. So
Nah, I feel you.
What's the smile about, DJ?
Nah, cause that's what I think.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, I think it's Cole, Wale, then Kendrick.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely Cole and Wale at one,
Right.
1 and 2, and then Kendrick at 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What
Jay-Z,
are,
Biggie, and Nas ain't no best.
So where does Drake fall in there for you, DJ?
he don't.
He don't?
Flossed out,
Okay, now
flossed
I
out.
get it. What about you, Ren? Does
What-
Drake fall in there?
Huh?
Does Drake fall in there anywhere for you?
In the class?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Is he like in? What I'm asking is he in that top 5 or? Nah.
I wouldn't take it from him.
Okay.
I
What
wouldn't
other
take it
albums?
from him. 'Cause you know what the big thing with Drake, a lot of people saying that he doesn't write his own rhymes, but I believe that he at least writes the majority.
Nah, I
of them.
believe he writes. I believe he does write. I think that was kind of one of those things.
It was
probably-
blown out of proportion.
Yes. Yes.
People don't understand what
Yes.
the studio session with a writing pool or something
Right.
like that is like.
Right. Nah, I think Drake is very talented. And
Yeah, but the problem is that they did a poor job of explaining it.
yeah.
Right.
Like when he could have came out and got 90% of his detractors back on his side. But trying to act like wasn't like what did happen didn't happen. And just like, well, who was Quentin Miller? Well, he was somebody important enough for you to have him writing with you. Like,
Right.
but so that's kind of like you have to deal with the fallout of what you do and don't say.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know what I mean? So that's an instance where not saying something.
You know
Like-
what that's like? That situation? That's like all the people who, and I don't think you had those people anymore, but they would hear a song that was sampled and say, "Oh, they stole that from such and such."
Right.
That's like, nah, you don't understand. Hip hop is about taking something when you have nothing and recreating it.
Right.
So it's not stealing, it's sampling.
Right.
You know, it's one of those things where people don't really understand the way it actually falls into place. Like it's part of it.
Right.
So
But
it's
like, if
uh,
if Drake had did a better PR job on that,
yeah,
I mean, the way it would look to the masses is like way different.
I don't disagree.
But you know, he allowed it to stay the way it was, so people are left to draw their own conclusions.
usually misinformed conclusions.
Yeah, that's what most people gonna do. They're just gonna grab at straws.
He watched that.
Yeah.
He watching it this
Yeah,
time.
man. Cause
Yeah,
I mean, I'm frustrated.
I get it.
I'm frustrated.
I can
man.
tell.
That show was.
Yeah.
I mean,
Your whole body language and changed up. You done grabbed your hip hop hat,
For real.
literally.
Has so any other albums? Like it's a couple. I listened to Jim Jones' new album. I liked it.
what does it sound like?
It actually doesn't sound dated.
Cool.
It doesn't sound dated.
I see the guy you talking about, Lil TJ.
I think it's a pretty dope project. I think
You know what we should do?
what was that?
We should have like listening parties sometimes
That would be cool. I think that would be cool.
instead of
Oh no, I'm with it. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
I
like
think-
certain days we just get together, especially with this weather cooling off. Like we can actually.
Yeah, we can cuddle and
Nah,
No.
that ain't what I said.
I gotta relax.
You gotta relax. Wait till I get this backyard in order.
You guys listen to
Actually,
country?
I'm whipping this.
I don't. I'm not
whipping
even
this
gonna
go-
act like I do. I don't. I'm not even gonna act like I do.
I'm gonna tell you this, Jay, because I know that you're into lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna find some country music that you like,
I wouldn't.
because
doubt
country music is a lot. There's a lot of guys' music
Yeah.
in country music.
Yeah.
it. Okay.
It is.
Like R&B is not tailored for guys.
I wouldn't say that.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
What do you?
You gotta
mean?
relax.
Okay, so you've been listening. So you mean like sappy R&B, like because just like there's, I mean like it's very much a lane in R&B that's like very misogynistic. It's very like guys music.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah,
we're thinking
relax.
of it the same way.
You're just talking about
I'm
the
talking
sappy
about-
love songs. Like,
No, because there's some real some country songs that I don't want to hear nothing or have nothing to do with the content of those songs because they're
what do you mean? I'm
I'm trying to think of a way to explain it because I don't want to say the wrong shit and just make it seem like it's all bad.
I mean, it's a I said it.
But
But you
it-
gotta say it.
No, but because it doesn't give you the right picture that I'm trying to paint. It's similar to just that the feeling of it that I'm referring to. It's similar to just that extra slow I'm not your
It's a
superwoman.
great song.
Can't stand it.
Early in the
I
morning.
understand
Wonderful
that.
song.
Oh,
I understand that it's a good song for what it is. Would I want to listen to that song ever? No.
I can't believe you.
No. I don't want to hear your superwoman
I'm
song.
repulsed by you.
let's jump.
There's nothing in my daily life that makes me want to say I feel like listening to this song.
Oh man, listen, it's a vibe, man. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a vibe that I don't get.
God, dog, it's a great song. Wonderfully sang, produced, arranged, the whole nine.
Yeah, a lot of that is. I understand. It's some babyface shit out there. I feel the same way about.
That's a babyface song.
It feel like it. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't entertain me. So I don't want
Can
emotional.
you not understand? I mean, that's what. But like, that's what music, in a lot of ways, is meant to do primarily.
I know. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about everybody else. I'm fine with everybody else liking it.
No, but the reason it's made is to invoke an emotion because you have an emotional connection. You listen to it for longer.
I understand.
So what do you think when you hear songs like "Sex Me" from R. Kelly?
What do you mean? What do I think?
You think that's girl shit?
I think it's blended.
That's nigga music.
But that's the point I'm making. It's
No,
like,
I knew that's what y'all were
Yeah.
gonna say. I knew that's what y'all were leaning towards. What I'm saying is, "Buy Me a Boat." That song. That's some shit I'm gonna listen to.
I think you have been. I think the same because the same lanes that country music run in. There's R&B that run in those exact same lanes.
Yeah, I know it.
So you got the sappy
know it.
R&B songs. You know what I'm saying? You got the sappy country songs, and then you got the great storytelling songs. Like it's just, yeah.
I haven't heard many R&B singers have good, like, have nothing to do with love and relationship songs. You would have to point me in that direction.
That's because they choose not to use the different metaphors for it. That's all it is. Country music you use a metaphor for the exact same thing. Like what's the song? I love the song too. The long neck, ice cold beers, they never broke my heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
yeah,
But
but
he's
that's-
metaphorically, you know what I mean? I'm going to make it, you know, so.
yeah, I know.
but those type of songs.
That
That-
song,
that-
Jam, too. You
that-
like this. You
that
heard that
inter-
song?
No, I don't know it, but I do need
you-
that in my
yeah,
playlist.
Yeah. you
But
right.
a lot of like those songs are entertaining to me.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
get
I'm, and just being on some country shit is like I can see it.
country,
Yeah.
country shit.
But Buy Me a Boat though.
Yeah.
Country.
I know that song, too. Yeah. I like country a lot. I mean, from Craig Morgan to, I mean, you can't, I mean, Luke Combs, because that song, Beautiful Crazy, I love that song.
Y'all know K. Michelle is doing a country album.
I heard. Chris Stapleton's dope.
You know what's hard though?
Oh, Tim McGraw. Don't Take the Girl. You wouldn't like it, though. It's a storytelling song, but it's more like, it's dope. I love it.
yeah. I mean,
I'ma send it out
there's
to the
room
group.
there's room for a lot of.
I'm going to send it out to the group
What
chat.
the main thing I have a problem with is slow tempos. That feels like it's dragging my energy down. That's the main thing I have a problem with.
Your woman like that kind of music?
Of course
What
she
kind of
does.
music?
It's slow tempo.
Of course.
You ain't never set the vibe for your lady? Just like with some R&B?
Hey, man.
You ain't never ran a bubble bath for her?
It's
and,
about him.
You know?
It's about him.
No, I'm being for real. Like we grown men. Like you ain't never ran a bubble bath for your woman. And
Yeah, I've run bubble
candles
baths.
I'm saying the
I-
floating
I-
candles in the
Yeah.
joint.
No, I've
Uh-huh.
not done floating
the little
candles.
flower petal, rose petals.
No,
You
I
never
have
did
not
floating
done that.
candles?
I don't have that type of bathtub.
I
Man,
got
I'm
you.
sorry.
I got you. No, I'm asking because
I'm answering.
I'm saying, just go,
like
go
I'm not
in a
I'm not
hotel
trying
room
to
for the
insinuate.
weekend. You know what I'm saying?
That's where I was going next.
Have a little staycation.
That's where I was going
Yeah,
next.
unfortunately, they always have a stand-up shower. I just don't pick the right rooms.
You can request, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think about the shower, the bathtub.
Man, come
I'm
on,
trying
man.
to get there, man. See, y'all gotta understand, bro. When I'm dealing with my point of views on things
Uh-huh.
are so far off base from what everybody else thinks is normal that if nothing else, that's my character flaw.
We just giving you some game, bro. Okay, as your people, we
Is that what you feel like you're doing?
we're not, yeah, we just try,
Let me tell you why you're not.
giving you.
Let me tell you why you're not, Jay. Because you hadn't said nothing that you haven't seen on TV or heard in a million other places.
But these are
So
things
it's not
that
game.
we have
It is
done.
game.
We have done
How's
these
it game
things.
when it's the norm? It's
No.
normal shit.
No,
it's like
listen,
telling me I should buy her flowers. That's not game.
Yes, it is.
if
No,
you
it's
not
not.
Listen.
doing it, it's if you not
That's right.
doing
It's-
it.
If you're not practically applying,
Yeah.
listen, anything that you remember when we did that song,
Yeah, true.
Lyricist.
yeah.
That's why I wrote the line the way I wrote it. Here is some used game, not just entertaining. Don't let somebody piss in your back and tell you it's raining. Because if you ain't never heard it, it's new game to you.
Right.
Or if you ain't never done
But
it,
are you
that's
telling-
new
are
game.
you telling me that
It's
this is
used
supposed to be
game.
new?
No, it's used
No,
game.
no.
We didn't say it's new game.
Yeah, it don't.
It's game though.
Yeah.
Like for the no matter what, there's nothing new under the sun, man.
Right.
So there's nothing a person could tell you that's not some form or derivative of something else that you've already heard. That's it.
Okay.
So here's what you're saying. At your age, nobody can give you game.
I'm saying that wasn't game. I didn't say nobody could give me game.
What I'm saying, everything that they're gonna tell you is gonna be something that you've heard or just a different version of it.
It would have to be a different version of it then.
All right, so this is what you're gonna do. You go.
Because that shit wasn't creative at all. It was just like, you run a bath.
You just said you
Yeah, I
never
can
did
run a
floating
bath.
candles.
Done it.
You just said you never done floating candles.
I haven't.
It's just something different to try. But you're stuck in your
No,
ways.
I'm not stuck in my ways.
That's what
I
it
got
sound like.
I got a small bathtub.
Well, again, we gave you an out for that.
Yeah, I understand. I take it.
Right. So
I was just saying that I
Apply
hadn't
that
had the
game.
opportunity.
go apply that game. With the
I'm
flowers.
gonna stop this show again.
Nah. You gonna
Y'all
have
finna
some
bash
flowers.
me. Y'all know I ain't finna
It's
let y'all
not
bash
about
me.
bashing you, though. It's just,
Y'all niggas is laughing too hard.
it's something
Ah, man,
different.
flower, you know what I'm saying? Rose petals.
What I'm telling you is the floating candles. It sounds like a cool idea. It does not sound like something I would do whether I'm trying to be romantic or not.
You should
Because
do it.
I'm going to think about sitting on a fucking burning candle.
Come on, dog. See, that's what I'm
Butt
saying.
naked sitting on the candle.
See, no,
So now-
see, here go the problem.
I can't deal with that visual.
Here go the problem. You're making this about you, and it's not about you.
I don't want her to sit on the candle either.
But it's still about you. Who don't want it?
Does she want to sit on a burning candle?
You don't know. Maybe she does.
I do know.
No, you don't. But
I'll assume.
right. And have you ever heard of somebody burning themselves on a candle in the tub?
I've never really heard anybody say they've used floating candles before.
Because you don't be talking to me about the what I'm saying.
and I don't plan
Talk
on
about
it. So you use floating candles?
Nigga, I'm the one who said it in the first place.
Did you sit on the candle?
No.
I've never sat on a candle.
How did you maneuver the candle?
Ever.
They
man.
float.
They
So when you
float,
step
you
in the
can
water,
look-
they gon'
yeah.
the wave gonna automatically take them away.
Where the wave gonna go? How big is your bathtub? Where the wave
got a
take
garden
Garden
tub.
tub,
I got a
man.
garden
Come on,
tub.
dog.
Okay,
Yeah.
bruh. I'm sorry, bruh. I've never had one. I'm sorry, dog.
No, I'm saying when you listen, but again, you're saying this from a standpoint
I've
that
never
you've never
had one in a hotel room.
Right, but here's the thing. So you're saying this from a place of not knowing. So I understand how you can feel the way you feel. I've done it. He's done it.
So
We're
what
telling
the fuck
you.
y'all laughing at me for then?
We're
Because
not
it's
laughing at you. Like, it's not attacking you. You feel you feel attacked. We're not attacking you.
I do feel attacked.
We're not attacking you at all. At all.
It's like this,
I'm
right?
gonna teach you something, young buck. Buy
Nah.
some flowers. Fuck out of here. dog.
When the last time you bought us some flowers, though?
If I explain this to you, which I'm not gonna do right now, only thing you'll do is find some excuse to flip it.
No, listen. No, watch this. But here's what I'll say. Okay, so I'm gonna let that go. Here's what I'll say, right? If you was trying to tell somebody about coming to record, right? And they was like, man, I ain't trying to stand in no booth and be rapping into a microphone. Like, I want to rap in front of people. Like that makes sense. But it's like, nah, it's more than that though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the same thing is like, yeah, I don't want to sit on a candle and okay, cool.
no, but
It's way more than that.
yeah. I'm talking specifically about floating candles.
Right.
I'm not
Here-
referring
here-
to anything else.
Right, but here's what I'm saying. That's not a thing though. Like in all your years, you ain't never heard nobody say, "Hey man, you know, so you had these floating candles, man. She sat on it and burned it." Like that's not.
No,
a thing.
I've never heard anybody talk about floating candles.
Right, so now it is game because you ain't never heard nobody talk about it. And then that's not a real thing. You're good. Like that's not an issue. You're gonna have to worry about. Trust me on this.
Fuck them candles.
No, man. Stop thinking about you. Think about her, and play that slow tempo R&B music that she want to hear, that you don't play.
No, you didn't answer. Did you answer that? Is she a fan of that?
Yes, she is.
No, because
I don't hear her play it.
Okay. Okay.
So here's the question. If she did play it, what would be your reaction?
I'm not sure I'd have a reaction. I don't know.
You definitely have a reaction.
It depends. If we're in my car,
My
might
car.
ha-
My car.
yes, because it's mine.
My car.
If we're
No,
in
it's
my car,
y'all's, nigga. It's y'all
Y'all
car.
married, bro. Y'all married.
Yes.
man.
That's
Come on,
one.
come on,
the
man.
twain have become one.
What's mine is yours, man. That's
Come
how
on,
this
man.
works,
My car. Boy. Ooh. Whole lot of misogynistic.
Hey, we kind of
No,
attack.
no, no.
Now we
No.
attacking them.
No,
now,
but
now
see,
we attacking them.
Here's the funny part about it, though. Y'all want to hear the funny part?
What's that?
Hey, put that sound in there.
He is hardcore.
I went too far. I went too far.
How did we describe it last week? Woo! About when he
Man.
get mad.
That nigga saw red. God damn.
Okay.
Man.
Woo.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh damn, bro. Tell us how you really
okay.
feel.
Nah, here's the deal, though. dog. Here's the thing, man. I've realized that I think way differently than most
Right.
people on most things.
right.
And usually you either listen to me enough to get where I'm coming from, or you just completely discount me. When it comes to this type of stuff with the relationships and this thing that I know I'm not good at, people seem to take that as an opportunity to go in.
But here's where you draw the line of demarcation. The relationship stuff was the joke. The conversation, the onus of the conversation was actually just on the rhythm of the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like all the other stuff, that's just fun and games.
Yeah,
But,
I know.
like, the main thing is like, hey, so here's something that I did recognize, right? In raising my kids, I was always musically selfish. Always.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to hear your music. I don't care about your music. You're gonna listen to my music. And I pushed it and I pushed it and I pushed it. Like so much so that even today, like they have that relationship with the music that I grew them up on. But then they also have their music that they are that's totally different from any, like I told you, man, my daughter listens to K-pop, Korean pop music, like she loves it. Been to concerts the whole nine, as well as the different hip hop genre that they have, that most people wouldn't associate me listening to. I started listening to a lot of different music when we started doing the pod because we were reviewing it all.
Right.
Right.
Now again, I grew up very eclectic. I always listen to everything, but this is certain stuff I'm just not. I don't want to hear it. But now I at least give it a try. So I said that to say, so I would assume that you are much like I am, musically selfish, and it's like I don't. It's,
To an extent.
that music too slow. I don't want to hear that. Like so, if the reason why I said what I said earlier is like. So if she play like one song, two songs, it's like, oh, okay, we'll see where this goes. 10 songs in, you like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm dying over here. Like, turn Sade off.
Yeah,
Like,
That's
get
how I
that.
felt about the Wale album.
you stupid. though.
That's how I felt, man.
Nice callback, though. Nice callback.
Yeah, I get that. Cause when I say like I have been musically selfish, but Trey plays all kind of stuff. And because he plays it, Randy and Ryder hear it.
Right.
My wife doesn't play music that often when I'm here. Like she has some stuff that she plays, but the thing that would take, like if you happen to walk up on her while she got some music playing, you might be hearing Big Pokey.
Right.
Oh.
So it's like when we start talking about slow music,
Yeah.
and this is her.
Yeah.
This is her playing Lil O.
Right, but here's what
So-
happens, though. Over time, because you got to consider how long, like,
Yeah, I know.
right. So, like, people will become indoctrinated with what it is that you do, and they'll start to have an affinity for it because
Yep.
like it's you know what I'm
Yep.
saying, because music
Yep.
becomes what's the word, and it's a regular word too, I can't even think of it, nostalgic, right?
Yeah.
Well, we just have like it's memories associated with this music, and it's like it's this callback to whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of, because I'm telling you, when I walk in the house and hear my kids playing music by themselves, and they'd be like, "Oh, you really like that joint?" They just be going down through there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's because, like I said, man,
It's just like I said though, when like in my household, my dad was the music person. My mom didn't play a lot of music, and when she did, it was usually Luther Vandross.
right,
From what I recall, my mother-in-law did not play a lot of music either.
yeah,
So what my wife grew up listening to was whatever her big sister was playing,
right,
which is where a lot of those records came from.
gotcha.
So, who is also a fan of hip hop and R&B, and she's grown into, But so all that extra slow stuff was never really a thing.
That nigga got mad. I just thought about it. Oh, you know what's really funny? Oh,
So you,
Yeah, you did.
touche, my
Boy,
nigga,
leave
touche.
that man alone.
man, y'all was coming at me from both sides.
Yeah, we did start attacking him.
Don't you ever mess with this nigga that playing slow
Leave
tempo music?
him alone. Boy.
Every time I hear early in the morning,
Got
I'ma
me
laugh
scared to
and
listen
think
to
of- you
it.
know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
yeah,
And no more
Man,
Can't
does
Wait
that
for
not
Me.
sound like a pity party song to you, dog?
No, it don't.
she said early in the morning she puts breakfast on your
Don't tell you.
table.
And make sure that your coffee has
coffee is
sugar
hot.
and cream.
Yeah.
Your eggs is over easy.
I'm not your soup. Oh, sorry. I'm just.
You just finna fuck it up anyway. But I'm saying
No, it don't. No, it sounds like
it's a I'm mad at you, you treated me bad song. Tell me I'm lying.
it's not a pity party song.
Okay, don't call it a pity party song.
Oh man.
But
I mean, we need.
I don't want-
Boy, this
like
is
that-
teetering
that's-
on some shit right
that's
now.
an
man.
emotion that I don't want to have
We
anyway.
need to move on.
So unless see what I see is when you relate to that, you want to hear it. That's how I see that. I don't relate to it. I can't see myself in a situation where that's my reality. Therefore, that song is completely fantasy and it's too slow. That's why I don't like the song. I don't know what your response could be. I'm sure you have one. You always do.
I'm waiting to go to the next topic.
You know what is funny? Yeah.
What time is it, man?
Hey,
Time
nah.
to wrap it up.
Yeah, but hold on. Let's cover this real quick, man.
All right.
Errol Spence got in a one-car accident.
Right.
Driving while intoxicated in the Dallas area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They say he didn't have any broken. Well, he's reported himself that he had no broken bones.
Yeah, I'm glad he came out of
Right.
that all right, because it definitely could have went the other way.
Yeah. And actually, man, one of those situations, because he didn't have on a seatbelt, he was ejected from the car, and it probably
Right.
saved his life.
Right.
Man, that's such a janky thing to even say out loud.
You know what?
Because it depends all on the way the car hit whatever it hit, whether that either it saved your life or it kills
takes
you.
your life.
Yeah.
And you know what the number one variable in that always is? Speed. After a certain speed, yeah, seatbelt is like tragic to you.
Mhm.
I would say probably after like 70 miles an hour, just take your seatbelt off. Like seriously, like it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's gonna tear you up.
Yeah.
So you just take your chance flying out the window.
Yeah.
You might make it, you might not.
Might not. if you fly out and hit something harder than your car, it ain't gonna be good. Brick walls don't move, and neither do steel poles.
We're not supposed to be laughing at this.
I'm just saying. But that's just a factor. And then former NFL running back Marion Barber,
Right.
2 cases of what, Jay?
Criminal mischief.
Yeah, 2 cases of criminal mischief.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his CTE is kicking in.
Yep. That's the first thought. That was my first thought.
Yeah. And then Patrick Day,
R.I.P.
yeah, he died.
Anybody that was watching that fight, y'all saw. I mean, it was really brutal. He took several hard punches to the head. He got dropped a couple of times, and that last time his head bounced off the canvas, and the referee immediately stopped the fight. And then I think EMT, they rushed into the ring and got him up out of there, got him to the hospital. He fell into a coma and ended up dying earlier today. So condolences with, everyone in his corner.
And then what was the young lady? Tatiana Jefferson?
Yeah, Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a touchy situation right there.
Right.
I don't want to say too much on it just because I know I might say some things that are emotionally charged, and I don't want to make any rash comments or have any emotional decisions based upon it. It's upsetting to hear, so I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I got a voicemail.
Hold on. You don't have nothing to say about the situation?
No,
You're not familiar?
not really.
It was a young lady in Dallas that was her neighbor called the police because he thought that there may be something going on, but he let them know that he didn't think it was a situation where it would be any kind of force would be needed. They just kind of need to check up. I forgot what it's called. They actually said whatever it's whatever kind of call he made, but they came, saw her, and opened fire through the window and killed her.
Oh man.
It's kind of upsetting, especially, we haven't even gotten over the last
Right.
incident that was in Dallas as well.
Right.
It gotta be a little bit more to that story.
I mean, and I actually saw the guy who made the call. I mean, he gave his report, and he was like, he was concerned because the door was open, and he didn't want to just enter the home, so he called the police. I don't think he made a 911 call. I don't believe it was. Don't quote me on that, but he did make a call for them to come to the house. And while you go to a house and automatically have your weapon drawn and ready to shoot like that, like you don't know who you could be shooting. Like, I just think that there's very
That's what I'm saying.
that's not a practical. Like, I don't.
It sounds like whether it comes out or not, it sounds like whoever did it, there was something on their mind.
Well, that officer that did it has already he resigned from the
Aaron
force,
Dean.
and he's been arrested.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool and all, but
Yeah.
how do you get there? That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Right. I get what you're
How
saying.
do you get to the point where you walk up and you're gonna shoot somebody through the window of the house without ever checking or seeing what's going on? Like,
that's
what
crazy.
happens to you to where you feel like you can actually do that? Like you can justify it.
It was early in the morning, and he just thought, like, hey, man.
Let's just shoot. Just fuck it.
Right. And like the thing, like I said, I'm reading it. I'm reading up on it right now, and he did make a non-emergency call. He actually called 311 for a wellness check.
That's what I was thinking.
So for a wellness check, while you got your gun drawn, bro, and like I said, if you are that afraid as a police officer that you need to go home to your family, find you another gig, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're not cut out to be an officer. You just not like do something else.
Yeah.
If you're wound that tight, it's
Yeah, that's probably one of them things though. Somebody else got to tell you,
yeah.
this ain't for you. But you got to know that before you shoot somebody.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We gonna play this voicemail?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that and wrap this thing up.
Oh, no, I got to cover one more thing.
Oh God,
We
dog.
got to. It's too big of a subject.
All right,
So
what is-
let's
what-
do the
what is that?
voicemail. The whole LeBron, China, Daryl Morey, Rockets, NBA thing, nothing? You don't know?
Bro, I told you I've been under a rock. I don't know.
All right, so Daryl Morey sent out a tweet, stand with Hong Kong or whatever, because the people over there fighting for their freedom. Chinese government doesn't like it, and then so now, what ended up happening was the Lakers and the Nets had a game in China, and then the Chinese government decided we're gonna cancel the
They gonna
game.
cancel the game.
So they took down all the NBA memorabilia all throughout the countryside, what have you. They told them, hey, look, and then there was some talks going on behind the scenes, you know, back channels. They eventually played the games, but the people of the country didn't come out as they would have before because, you know, they'll be in direct conflict with their government, which is a communist government, which means you're going to do what the hell I said, and if you don't, it's consequences and repercussions. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Yao Ming being the president of the Chinese Basketball Association, he had to cancel the partnership with the NBA because they make that phone call and say, hey, y'all cancel that partnership. And y'all said, sir, yes, sir. Because if he'd have said otherwise, they'd have been like, Yao Ming dies in a mysterious skiing accident.
Yeah.
And that just been what that was. So, right? So we get it. While you're there, you have to behave a certain way. But we are not we're not living in their country, so we can do whatever we want to do over here. So when LeBron came back, he made a personal ploy because he felt like if a player had made that assertion, that a player would have consequences, and he felt like Daryl Morey didn't get any consequences. So he made a ploy like, hey, I want to get in the war wars for Daryl Morey or what have you, but I felt like he wasn't looking out for the best interest of everybody else. Well, really, to me, LeBron made himself look selfish in that instance because if you're going to be the social justice warrior, if those people are fighting for their freedom, then don't come back over here and make it no, we don't know what's really going on over there type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to keep the same energy, basically. And I'm not the guy who believes that because you said something this time, you have to say something next time. I'm not that guy. But if you grandstand and decide that you want to be out there, you can't just be out front, in front, putting on the front. Like, I'm gonna need you to stand on those words that you said last time.
Exactly.
So when you're quoting the great Dr. Martin Luther King and you saying that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, I'm gonna need you to keep that same energy when you come back stateside and not worry about the $1 billion book of business that you might lose, because a principle stand is a principle stand. And if you're not standing on your principles, you are selling out by the very definition of what sellout is. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody came to you and say, hey, look, man, let me sleep. If somebody went up to LeBron and say, man, Savannah look good, man, let me sleep with her. He'll have a whole hissy fit about it, right? And if they came back and said, man, I give you $10 million, he still wouldn't budge. Because on principle, you're not doing this because that's your principle. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to change who you are based on money because that's your principle. So if his principle is an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, I'm going to need you to stand on that principle, dog. And I know somebody out there going to hear it and going to be like, that's a very extreme example, but man, that's how life comes at you sometimes. Because those people over there are literally fighting for their freedom. And they didn't like, you know, where it got back that he said what he said, and them people started making like the you know, the LeBron crime meme. They poke holes in the eyes. What else? Mask. They burned his jersey. The whole nine. So
Spray painted nigga on his house.
Allegedly, that we never.
No,
saw.
they didn't.
I'm just saying what the news reported.
So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but you might want to check up on that so we can go into a little bit more in depth next time.
Will do, sir.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
You gotta get you from under your rock. Jay?
I mean, you already said a mouthful.
All right.
Okay. Well, we'll check out this voicemail and then we'll wrap this thing on up. Oh, shit. Oh, well, where'd it go? There it is. Oh, this is terrible. That ain't gonna work for me.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
This has been a show and a night of technical difficulties.
Oh, shucks. Okay, here's the deal. We are going to save that for the next podcast.
Are you sure?
Well, what's the other option?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that phone works, so I don't know what options I have.
This is just a phone.
I ain't had just a phone in about 15 years.
I'm not sure what that means, DJ.
Here we
So
go.
all my whatchamacallits I could play on speaker. All my voice
That's
ones
not, that wasn't on speaker?
it didn't sound like
Didn't
it.
sound like it.
No? Oh, well, okay. Well, that changes things a little bit.
Hey, what's up, fellas? It's your boy Montoya, man. I gotta say, man, having all four of y'all was like a breath of fresh air. And man, that last little series, that last little 30 minutes, man, killed me. I was crying, laughing as we driving down the damn freeway, man. And yeah, Jay, man, I'm sorry about calling you nasty, Nick. You know, when you had that poison oak all across the back of your neck.
Yeah, an apology.
You know, smelling like calamine lotion and Band-Aids.
You gonna start it? You gonna start it?
Anyway, hey, man, I just want to say, I appreciate y'all getting back together. Man, keep that shit going.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh man. Shout out to D Montoyas.
Thank you for the apology, kinfolk.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Smelling like Camphor for me.
Man. Smelling like the medicine eye. Pharmacy smelling ass.
Yeah, but that was our norm, though, man. As soon as we got a chance, we run out there in that field and
Yeah,
come
man.
back all itchy.
Yeah.
Man, you put that lotion on, man, that old pink lotion, you got to
Oh,
put it in
yeah.
the joints because that's where you're itching the most
Right.
at.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's tough turn into, it get hard like a,
You real chalky.
nah,
Nah.
man, it got hard
Yeah.
like a shell.
Yeah.
So you walk around all stiff.
Oh, you talk about the pink stuff that like when you get chicken pox.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Caladriel.
yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
man.
Yeah, man.
Calamine lotion.
Well, we just 3 deep this time. We working to get working real hard to get all 4 of us back in here on the regular.
Yeah, we trying to put that together.
Yeah.
So just bear with us.
Please, pardon our progress.
Right.
And that's going to do it for the show, man. We ain't going to sit here and,
Hey,
How
I,
long
got,
did-
I got one more thing.
nigga, we
Go
still
ahead.
talk forever.
No, it's short though.
We did 2 shows.
So what I want to do, I want to propose like a thing because I know a lot of people listen to us for the music content. So what I would like to do is start like every week, kind of putting people on the music. Maybe they haven't heard, stuff that we like because people,
That's been
often
proposed before.
look to us for, our.
Yeah, let's listen to Lil TJ.
Well, I had another track in mind, but we can listen to Lil TJ.
Nah, I'm just playing, man. I haven't heard this dude. It might be a bad suggestion.
In the vein of Wale, we talked about Wale, and I think Wale is
Nubo
pretty
Wale.
dope. One of my favorite tracks from last year was actually from Wale. It was a song called "Staying Power." So if y'all haven't checked that out, go check out "Staying Power" from Wale. That's my suggestion for the week.
Cool. That sounds like a nice little idea.
And I try to stick with this every week. So,
I'm with it.
all right.
Jay, where can they find you on their social medias?
Man, real quick, they can find me on Instagram and Twitter, jyoung713. I don't do Facebook, and we just gonna keep it at that because we went down a rabbit hole last
time,
week
it was,
that I don't have time for this week.
no.
And if you don't know, please go back to the last episode, 134, and listen.
Yeah, do that.
With your Tylenol smelling asses.
Still ran.
Smelling like Vicks Vapor Rub.
We not gonna do this, man. Tell the people where
Okay.
to find you, man.
Okay,
Pepto-Bismol smelling ass.
I'm on Facebook as Ill Ran. And I'm on the Instagram also as Ill Ran. Sometimes I'm even on Twitter
Why?
because I be twittering
Twitter paid it.
as ill
Underscore,
ran
underscore,
is
underscore
bike. And DJ to DJ.
Don't find me. I'll find you.
You're listening to the Yeah, I Said It podcast. Have something you want to say? Drop us a line at
Yes.
601-641-9474.
Black
Black Cops gang get high with your stinking ass.